welcome to my 27th birthday week vlog. The week started with a solo reading date. It was so calming and I truly had the best time. I finished The Prisoner's Throne. You'll get a review a bit later. I also had a big ass bubble tea, which was delicious. Alright, let's officially get started with Monday. Good morning everybody, and officially welcome to my birthday week vlog. Today I have so many things to do, all of them for uni and all of them have to be done this week, and some of them, 3 of them I need to present, so I actually need to know what I'm talking about. But before we get into this horrible to-do list, that's totally my fault, because I actually ignored all of my to-dos for the entirety of Easter break, so that's on me, but we're gonna take care of that today. But first, I need to do my nails because they're looking good right now, but I've been doing my nails with this brand, or like the UV gel manicure, whatever, and I like it, but whenever I take them off, they're not really fragile, but they just grow a lot longer than if I would just have them naturally. So now I'm scared that they're gonna break off because they look so nice right now, so we need to do that right now so that they don't break off and then they won't look nice again. I've decided to go with this pink color today. I got this like a couple weeks ago and I've only used it once so far for little dots. That was my previous Easter nails, you could say. But now that uni is back, I want to do something more basic and I want to see how this color actually looks. So we're gonna go with this one. Good morning everybody, welcome to Tuesday. I totally did not film anything else yesterday because after the nail thing I honestly had a little bit of a mentee bee, and then I did all of my uni assignments, almost all of them, so I forgot. But these are the new nails. They're these blue cat eye shiny shimmery nails and I love them so much more. This is so much more me. Regarding so much more me, I re-knit one of my sweaters. I unraveled this sweater and I made it into this one. See, and this one fits so good that I'm gonna wear it to uni, and it finished blogging like 2 days ago. So this is the first occasion that I could wear it to, and I am, because I love it. It's so soft, it's 100% merino wool. It's just perfect. I just love it so much. I love the color, I love the fit. It's something that I will wear as opposed to the old one, which I wore like once. And I didn't like it because it was just not fitting very good. But yeah, today I'm gonna head to uni, obviously. I feel like I'm in an awkward position. I just packed my bag and got ready. I know you can't really see that I got ready because I didn't put anything on my face really, because it's after Easter break. I just don't care anymore. I want this semester to be over. It's only 2 more months, but those 2 months are gonna be insane. But that's okay. We're starting with insanity today. I packed. I have so much in my bag today. It's super heavy. We have a workshop on an AI tool today in the first class, then I have some like an hour break, and then I have another class that revolves around AI completely, and I have come to hate it. I like the professors and I get what they're doing. They're trying to prepare us for like the real business world and stuff, but I hate it. But yeah, I have to do it. I don't have any other option, so we're gonna do it, obviously. I am bringing, for my break, I should be doing one of my assignments, but I'm not sure if I will, and since it's my birthday week, I'm gonna bring Twilight. This is the 3rd book, I think. I read the first 2, both in March, I believe, and then I also read some other books, but I'm gonna talk about those later because I don't want to be late for my wonderful AI workshop class. So let's head to uni. Good morning everyone. I went out to dinner with one of my friends that I haven't seen in forever last night, and we talked for like 3 hours. There was not a second where we did not. Yep. And it was so much fun, and I slept really good except for the part when I had a nightmare at about 5 AM and I woke up. I thought I was screaming. I actually wasn't, luckily. But yeah, I've been up since 5 and now I've decided that I'm gonna come out here. It's kind of loud today and it's kind of annoying me, so that's why I brought my AirPods. Obviously these aren't noise cancelling, but they're better than nothing. I didn't get to start Twilight yesterday because at uni I was actually quite busy, and I still have one assignment left to do, and then there was a new one that I had to do, that I have to do until Sunday, that I got yesterday. Actually, I got it on Monday. I skipped that class on Monday. Anyways, I didn't get to start Twilight, and I really want to start Twilight because I read The Cruel Prince just so I could have, like, I pushed through that book, and my only motivation was that once I finish that book, I'm gonna let myself start Eclipse. I also want to go through some of the other books that I read recently. I only read 6 books this year, which is totally fine. I just have a lot of things to do and not that much time to read. Also, one of my nails fell off, so I'm gonna need to do that again later. I also bought a couple of books recently, but I'll show you those later. Okay, let's just start at the beginning of the year. I feel like I have vlogged this year, but it feels like this year has already been 3 years long, so... Oh yeah, The Haunting Party I definitely talked about. And then I read Moonbound, which I gave 3 stars. My review is the writing was beautiful and quite interesting. That's fitting for sci-fi. The plot was confusing to me, but I did like the sci-fi futuristic setting, as I've never read anything like this book before. I still agree with that 100%. I think it was a fun book, but it was very confusing, and it also is apparently a retelling of a few different stories, and I didn't really know that. I just grabbed it because I thought it looked cool. Then I read Blood on Her Tongue, maybe my favorite book this year so far. It gets 4.5 stars. I love the details such as the letters and Pasha the dog. Really enjoyed the book overall. Exactly the type of horror book that gets to me. Yes, this is about 2 twin sisters, and it's set in, I don't know, 1800s, maybe earlier, I have no idea, like way back in time. And one of the sisters is like a little weird, and then she gets sick, and then she asks her twin sister to come and visit her. It's so good. And there are so many scenes, my hair's bothering me today, I don't know. And there's so many scenes that were so disgusting but good at the same time, and I want to read more books like Blood on Her Tongue. I don't know why, but I always restrict myself to certain genres because I think I might not like something, but I really like horror. I also really liked Sundial, which is also a horror book. I read that like 2-3 years ago, but that's one of the books that I might reread at some point. And I'm also really, I haven't read anything like that in a long time, but I also really am focused on like books set in a desert right now, and Sundial comes to mind, but also The Glass Castle, which is not a horror book, but the things that happen are horrible. So I don't know, that might be the only book that I've reread. I read it 3 times in total, so I did 2 rereads because I just liked it so much. The first time I read it in high school, it was like a mandatory book, and I was like, mandatory books, you know. But then I read it and I was like, hey, this is really cool. And then I read it a couple years later again because I was like, now that I'm out of high school, I should read it again and just enjoy it just because I want to read it. And then like a couple years ago I read it again because it was just really good, and it's also kind of quick to read. So Blood on Her Tongue, that's what I read. Then I read Twilight, the first book. I gave that 4 stars. 4 stars because I feel like I'm too late to the game, and I would have eaten that book up if I were Bella's age. I don't think I would have enjoyed the book at 17 when I was 17 because I wasn't really into books when I was 17, but it's so good. Bella is so much more interesting and funny and sarcastic and deep than she is portrayed in the movies. I like her so much. And I've never thought about this because Charlie is just kind of a side character for me, but Charlie's personality or the way he acts, I hate him. And in the movies he's like kind of okay, but I don't like him in the books. He has his 17-year-old daughter cooking for him all the time, doing the laundry and like basically taking care of everything, and he just works. And then I read New Moon, 4 stars, and for Twilight I didn't write a review because I felt like it was... The downside of having a bunch of flowers on my balcony is that I have visitors that make me nervous. Anyways, so for New Moon I did write a review. I wrote Team Edward versus Team Jacob debate makes so much more sense now. Also Bella is so much cooler, more interesting, funny, deeper, blah blah, than in the movies. And that's so true because in the movies I never really... Oh no, she's going inside. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that now. I never really got the Team Edward versus Team Jacob thing because I felt like it was just kind of obviously Team Edward, and Jacob was just this like little boy that suddenly had muscles, and I didn't really get it, and I feel like in the movies he's kind of annoying and he's a pick-me boy. So I never really thought about like team this or that. But in the books, Jacob is so much nicer, and I also feel like it's communicated so much better by Bella that she is not interested in Jacob. And in the movies, I feel like in the second and third movie, I think, I don't really know, I haven't watched them in some time, it seems like she is like torn between the two, and she shows Jacob interest. But in the books, she repeatedly tells him like, I like you as a friend, I love you as a friend, and like she repeats it over and over again. And she also says things like, oh, I don't remember, I think the holding your hand but that means something different to you was in the movie, but she makes it so clear that she's not interested in him, then it's always going to be Edward. So I like that about her. And then I read The Prisoner's Throne, which is the very last book in the Folk of the Air series. There's a trilogy, The Cruel Prince, and then there's something at The Prisoner's Throne. And I finished The Prisoner's Throne. I really loved the first trilogy, The Cruel Prince and stuff. This book I gave 3 stars. I was really interested in Ren's story from the previous book, but the plot in this one didn't really live up to the other books, because in the previous books in the trilogy there was so much like politics going on and like schemes and stuff, and in this book I feel like it was kind of wrapped up too quickly and I wasn't really shocked by anything, which the other books shocked me, and I really liked them. But yeah, I pushed through this book so I could start this one, and I personally like the first 2 Twilight movies for the vibe, but this one, it just gets a little more intense, so we will see if I like this book. And then on the side, I'm also reading Frankenstein. Well, I have it as an audiobook on Spotify, but I keep forgetting that I have it. And then I also recently started The Girls by Emma Cline, but I'm only like 10 pages in. But that has a really interesting premises, because it's this older lady and she stays at someone's house, I don't know, and then someone's son comes and like meets her, I guess, and the son's like, oh, you're that girl back in the day that my dad told me about, that was in a cult that killed people. And I was like, huh, I don't know about a cult that kills people. So that book sounds really interesting. So after I read this, I think I'm gonna read The Girls and then read the next Twilight book, because I don't know, I just love them so much. Also, today is the perfect day to read Twilight, because look at this. Good morning, everybody. It was such a stressful week today, Sunday. I was at uni or doing uni stuff every single minute of every single day, and I hated it. But today is actually my birthday, and yesterday we started preparing. My boyfriend and I baked bread and cake and went shopping and prepared everything that we could for today's brunch. And all that I need to do now is cut up some of my veggies and prepare a little cucumber salad and tomato mozzarella, and then we just need to bake the second bread, because the first one was kind of an experiment and it turned out better than we thought. So now we have most likely 2 that are gonna taste good, but that's good. The weather is supposed to be nice until like noon, and then it's supposed to be really rainy, and I cannot wait because we're gonna have brunch in the morning, and then in the afternoon I can read Twilight and it's just gonna be a great day, I think. So people come at 10 and currently it is 7:30. I don't know why I woke up so early. I was just awake, but now I can get a head start on all of these things. And then we need to extend our table, and I need to start putting everything on the table to see if I'm missing anything, because I bought so many like little cheeses and stuff, and I don't want to miss anything, because otherwise I'm not gonna just eat like a little block of cheese during the week. But yeah. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm gonna head into town to spend some of my birthday money, which I got in bookstore and yarn store gift cards, which is just perfect for me. I'm so excited. weather is so weird today because it's sunny, but the next cloud is already coming and I'm scared that it's gonna rain, so I want to enjoy my little sun time. I have a crisp Coke Zero with a lemon, and I have a nice piece of my birthday cake that I already ate a little bit of, and Twilight. I am on page 116 out of like 500-ish, 550, yeah. So kind of a long way to go, but one of the books that I ordered today is like 100 pages, so I think I can actually, because those two books are just gonna make the biggest difference, I think I can actually reach my reading goal of 30 books a year if I finish this book and then read a couple of, like, read this book, read a shorter book, read the next Twilight book, read another like kind of fast-paced shorter book, and then I think there's only one more Twilight book left, Midnight Sun, I believe, I don't know, which would be so fun because then I would already have the Folk of the Air series finished, Twilight finished, and that's about it. But yeah, I'm just gonna read like a chapter as I mentioned, and then I'm gonna read. I'm not sure, maybe I should put on like a sweater because it is kind of cold. I think I'm gonna do that. I am so dumb. I was at the yarn store today and I have a pattern that I've been planning on making all of last year. The Milano sweater. I forgot about it again, and it's not because I don't like the pattern or anything. I really want to make it, but I just keep forgetting that I have it and that I wanted to make it. And I could have picked out the perfect yarn today, like felt everything and stuff, because I'm not sure what if I want to make it like a cotton version or a merino version. That's great. I'm gonna have to go back or go with my 3 yarn types that I always get. I'm a little bit frustrated, but since we're still on the topic of knitting, let me show you my current projects. So I am a big fan of this. It's not an audiobook, I don't know what it's called, I'll put a picture up. This kids thing. I love it. I listen to it all the time whenever I'm like busy doing stuff and I don't want to listen to an actual audiobook where I have to pay attention. And somebody published socks that are like inspired by the covers. It turned out so good. Can you see that? Because the sweater is black. They're so cool. This is one of my funnest color works I've ever done. It's so quick. The chart is only 8 stitches long, wide, and it's my first time doing a striped ribbing, which also turned out so fun. And I'm so impressed that the technique that she like used or described for the stripes to really pop out actually worked. Because if you just don't pay attention to colors and you just knit every round, like the 2x2 ribbon in this case, then the stripes would be a little bit joggy because the pearls, there's like a little dot from the color above and then below. Anyways, this worked out so perfect and I'm so happy with them. The only thing that I don't like is the quality of this black yarn, so the base yarn of this. It just feels kind of cheap. And it's really sad because I have this exact yarn brand and like the exact same yarn just in a different color. I have it in purple and that one's so nice and so soft and I like it so much. So I don't really know what happened here, but I'm currently working on sock 2. Oh no. Okay. Never mind. I finished the white and the red question mark and now I just need to do the blue one. And I also need to show you my floats because I'm so proud. Literally, I've gotten so good at color work and also carrying floats. Hello, you can literally see the question marks. I'm so proud. I also carried the yarn from like up to down here. I'm not really making sense. Anyways. I thought it was a good idea, then I thought it was a bad idea, but actually it's a great idea because it's on the side, so I'm never gonna like catch on this with my toes or anything. I'm so happy, literally. And then last night I started another pair of socks and I'm so quick with these. I've been doing so much color work socks that I forget how quick socks actually are. I need to pay attention so I don't remove the wrong needle. So this sock took me a couple hours. Like I've worked on it for a few days, maybe like a week. Every night I worked on it a little bit. And this sock I started last night. Are you ready? Are you ready? I did all of this while I also like worked on the other one of these socks, and while it was also already like 9 p.m. I did all of this. I did the leg, I did a 2x2 rib because I thought it was kind of cute because I have a pair of socks in this yarn, and I did a 1x1 rib. It's cute, but I figured why not try something new. And then I'm already almost halfway done with the leg. Yeah, I'm at 30 rows and I'm supposed to do 70, so are basically done, and these are gonna go into, I have not a gift closet, I would love to have a gift closet. I have a gift box in the drawer underneath my bed, and I like to add things there. I finished another project recently that's like, I already have a plan who I'm gonna give this to. These are probably gonna be for my sister, honestly, because I know she's gonna like them and I like giving her stuff. But these are gonna technically go into my gift box so that if I need a gift for somebody, my sister, then I have something ready. And I think the idea of a gift closet is so fun because you can just buy stuff, but it doesn't have to be just for yourself, but you can also like pre-buy birthday presents, because I feel like sometimes I get stressed out if I think of somebody's birthday like a week before. Obviously I know that their birthday is gonna be coming up, but sometimes you just don't find the right thing, and then on a random Tuesday 2 months after you do. So what I've been doing is, whenever I find something that's perfect, whether it be like something small or an idea that I write down or the perfect birthday card. I have the perfect birthday card for my sister and I've had it for like a year, but I bought it anyways because I thought, you know what, then I won't have to stress out right now because my sister's birthday is in a week. I'm very talkative today. Which is good since I'm vlogging and I've been non-verbal for most of the week because I was so busy. But yeah, I'm gonna be reading Twilight for a little bit now. I think I forgot how problematic Twilight is because Quill, Jacob's friend, has just imprinted on a 2-year-old when he's like 17, 16, 15, I don't really know. What is going on in Forks? Hold up, I was about to keep reading, but Bella says like, what the hell, she's 2, and then Jacob says he'll just have to be patient for a few decades. I just found out that werewolves don't really age that much, like they do eventually, but for a while they just stay like 17 or whatever. I thought that they could imprint in a non-like love way and he would just be like the protector of the 2-year-old. I didn't know that he was gonna wait until the 2-year-old turned older. That's disgusting. I finished my sock. It looks very cute. I love the stripes. It's very fluffy. I'm obviously gonna need to make a second one, and I'm not gonna be working on these socks because now I actually need to study. But what I'm gonna do before studying is apply for a job at the bookstore, and that's gonna be the end of tonight and the end of this vlog. So wish me luck. I would actually really like to work there, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.